Okay, so this video is how to use / how to beat Wraithguard. Um, Wraithguard are one of the absolute toughest units in the game. Start off with how to use Wraithguard. Wraithguard, some things you gotta know. They're toughness 6, 3+ save, weapon skill 4. So in close combat, Marines are going to have a hell of a time hitting them. Hitting on 4s, wounding on 6s, you have a 3+ save. Not much is getting through. Only thing that's really going to affect them is stuff like Power Fist. So when you're using Wraithguard, this is how you should always configure them. You want to take 10 so you can use them as a troop choice. If it's in a really small point game, like 1,000 points or something like that, then maybe not. Maybe don't take them at all. If you're in 1,500 points or higher, I would say if you're using Wraithguard, take 10. And you want a Warlock with Conceal. This gives you a 5+ cover save in an open field. If you're sitting on an objective with them, not playing a really active attacking role with them, then you can go to ground, get a 4+, or if you're in 4+ cover, get a 3+. The other thing that you definitely want is a Farseer. I can't stress this to you enough. It is hard to kill 10 Wraithguard with Conceal. It is nigh impossible to kill 10 Wraithguard with Conceal and a Farseer casting Fortune every turn. I've never seen them taken completely out. It's really hard to do, and you have to waste a lot of shots and that kind of stuff doing it. What you want to use your Wraithguard for, if you're either you're sitting them on an objective, going to ground if you have to, or you're going out and taking an active role killing things. So if you're going out and taking an active role killing things, what you're going to want to do is march them right up the field. Pay a little attention to staying in cover or getting out of line of sight of certain things that you think might be a problem for you. If you're going to lose 1 or 2 guys from not moving over another inch, then move over the other inch. What you want to take out, Wraithguard have a crappy range, so you have to get up close. 12 inches, but their weapon, holy crap, it wounds on 2s no matter what the toughness. And it also has AP too, so great for killing things like Terminators. Another thing to note, on a 6, it's instant death regardless of the number of wounds they have. They're just gone, and they get sucked into the warp, which in the last edition I used this ability to suck a Carnifex that had ventured out of Synapse range into the warp. In the new edition of Tyranid Codex, there's no more immunity to instant death, which means that with these you can suck Carnifex, Hive Tyrants, whatever you want into the warp on a 6. That's if it survives all of the other Wraithguard shots. It's just a lot of fun. Against vehicles, 3 to 4 is a glance, 5 to 6 is a pen. These guys are made to kill monoliths. If you're having problems with a monolith, this is like the one thing a monolith doesn't have a special exception against. So Wraithguard are great for killing vehicles, great for killing things with high toughness or with a good armor save. That's pretty much what you want to do with them. They're just beasts. Just don't get them assaulted by lots of power fists and that kind of stuff. Now, for those of you who are facing an opponent, one of your friends that constantly uses these guys, 10 of them with a Farseer with Fortune and a Warlock with Conceal, and you just are getting stomped because of it, there's a few things you can do about it. You do want to use a few shots every now and then, thinning them out. What you don't want to do is waste a single anti-infantry shot on them that you don't have to. If you have another target, and that you can maybe kill something in that other target with some anti-infantry shots, like some bolters, heavy bolters, that kind of stuff, shoot them at those instead. Don't shoot the Wraithguard, it's not worth your time. There's almost a 0 chance that you're going to kill one. Okay, so I just did the math. I think I did it right. Who knows? 1 heavy bolter, firing against 3 shots from a Space Marine into a Wraithguard with Fortune, with rerolls and all that, has about a 7.4% chance of killing one. That's not too good. Or you're going to kill .074 Wraithguard with each heavy bolter. So basically, you're gonna need about 13.5 heavy bolters to kill a single Wraithguard. That's not really what you want to be wasting your shots on. You have a much better chance of killing or severely damaging a Rhino with a heavy bolter than you do hurting a Wraithguard. So really don't waste a single anti-infantry shot against them. If they're going to get an armor save, most of the time, don't bother with them. You want to do things like shoot your las cannons, your plasma guns, your plasma cannons at them, your battle cannons at them. They're still going to have their cover save, they're still going to have rerolls, but they still have a really good chance of doing something. So keep that in mind when you're fighting them. The bane of Wraithguard existence is things like guys with lightning claws, gene stealers with the rending claws. That kind of stuff is what really puts the hurt on them. Wraithguard are the absolute weakest in close combat. They only have one attack apiece. They are hitting at strength 5, but that's not enough to instant kill anything. And against Space Marines with the Power Fist in the squad, the Space Marines are usually going to tire win the combat, and their guys cost a whole lot less. So, if you need to, just to stop them from shooting you, you can charge them with the unit, because that'll slow them down. That'll stop them from doing anything for quite a few turns. If you have a Power Fist in the squad, that's ideal. Things that really hurt them from Space Marine armies, Terminators destroy them in close combat. The problem is that in order to get your Terminators into combat with the Wraithguard, you have to be within range of their shots in the previous turn, and a good Eldar player will kill most of your Terminators from the Wraithguard shooting in the first place, so it's really hard to pull off getting Terminators into combat. Most of the time it's not worth the risk. So the things you kind of want to use, if you have Terminators in a Land Raider, perfect for doing this. The Land Raider might get killed, but the Wraithguard are worth way more. Another thing the Space Marines can use, Vanguard veterans. Give them two Lightning Claws apiece, or even just one would help tremendously. Just one Lightning Claw. They still have power weapons that get to reroll their saves, or reroll wound, and the opponent doesn't get cover saves in close combat. So Vanguard veterans are great for that. Anything in close combat that ignores saves. Bikes are great because they have a higher toughness. It's harder for the Wraithguard to hit them, and they can still take a sergeant with a Power Fist, that kind of stuff. So anything like power weapons with an increased strength or with rerolls. If you're hitting at strength 3 and strength 4, without rerolls, you need 6s to wound, and it's almost not worth even trying. So again, Gene Stealers, Power Fists, Lightning Claws. If you play Dark Eldar, Agonizers are a great tool to take out these guys. And finally, the last suggestion I have, if you're fighting these guys, you're playing something like Tau, something without really good close combat guys, without lots of power weapons and stuff, the best thing you can do at that point is to just avoid them. Every army has an ability, has some way to become a extremely mobile army. Tau especially. If you're facing these things and they're just wrecking your day, just pack it up and move. You can easily avoid Wraithguard if you have to. If they're on an objective, it's a bit harder. It's harder to deal with. But if they're attacking you, just avoid them. Just keep backing up, moving away, get into transports, and fly off. That's really all I can say at that point. So thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully there will be more how to use and how to beat videos coming up.